Hello, good day everyone. This is part second or part two of the web series about AWS Devops project. Up till now, we have done the Amazon EC2 part partially. It's not complete yet. And to verify that, we can go to our URL that we tested in the previous video for our products or the index page, and it's working. Now, in order to uh, uh, go ahead, we need to create something called AMI, Amazon Machine Image. And this image is basically a template of what we all did with the EC2 creation process. Creating the EC2, installing the software, and everything related to uh, doing for the EC2. We just create an AMI. AMIs are here. You can see we don't have any AMI right now, and we create AMIs because we don't want to repeat our tasks again. For example, the instance that we created before this EC2, there were a lot of steps like creating a security group, assigning pods, and then giving it a storage, and then keeping doing a lot of things again is a hassle. So instead of doing all this thing again, we can create an AMI of this EC2 we are having already. And this process is so fast and so clean and neat that the chance of creating an error uh, is very low, and that is why we create these AMIs to automate the process of the auto scaling mm, and the scaling in and scaling out process. So for we can come here, but first we need to um, connect to our EC2 instance that we created before using the same credential that we used before. The IP is here, and then we can come to the credentials and give it that key that we saved with ourselves in the previous videos. This was the key, right? So I will open it and go to Ubuntu. This is my default user, right? And if you go to the root directory cd, I will increase the size a bit, yeah, and you can list here and see we have that project. We can go inside and see what we have already. But before creating the AMI, we need one thing more, and that is called the PM2 Save command. PM2 Save is for the purpose when we create the AMI from this EC2, then when we create another EC2 from that AMI, this PM2 will not be running, and we don't want that, right? Because see, if I go to root here and see PM2 status, the PM2 is running this app, but we need the same thing for another EC2 which will be created from the AMI, and for this we need to have the PM2 save. You can come here, write PM2 save command, right, and this will go to this URL, and we need to have this PM2 save so that every time a new instance is created, we need to have the PM2 running already in our EC2. So for that, let's go to our current EC2, write PM2 startup. This will say to set up the startup script, copy and paste the following command, right? This command. We will copy it and paste it and run it. Now it's running. Now it's added to the home directory. We can now PM2 save. Okay, so now the PM2 status is saved in the dump.pm2. Now we will create an AMI from this EC2 instance, and for doing that we need to come to the instances, Come here to image and templates, create an image. We will name the image as AWS project, Devops project, AMI, right? And this will be the description as well. Our size will be 20 GB for the hard drive, and create image. Yep, create image. Okay, and it says currently creating AMI from instance ID. Check that the AMI status is available before deleting the instance or creating or carrying out other actions. This means that the AMI process is still in pending. See, is pending. So don't delete this instance until the AMI is created. Otherwise, that AMI will be corrupted or will not work properly, right? So this is basically a template that we are creating from the current EC2 instance that is running, in order to ease our life with creating more EC2 instances in future, and for the auto scaling purposes, right? So the AMI is in pending state. It will take a bit of time. Now, in meanwhile, we will continue our flow here, and a bit of introduction of more services here. We have two more things that are of interest, and they are number first, they are the load balancer. We don't have any load balancer here in this region. We have more, but they are in different regions. And another important thing is the auto scaling groups, right? And we have target groups. What are target groups? We will be discussing them each of them step by step. And then we have launch templates, right? So these launch templates, if we go to the uh, architecture, we have Amazon AMI image, which we have just created, this one from this EC2, and then we will be using these AMIs in the launch templates, right? And this launch template will be used in the ASGs or auto scaling groups. So auto scaling group, launch template, AMI, and load balancer, they all will work seamlessly. They will communicate with each other, and then they will use one another to create more resources. So this is the basic idea. Let's see what's happening with our instance. Our AMI is still in pending mode, but let's create a launch template from this. And what is a launch template? Launch template is basically a setup, a configuration to use while creating more instances. So we will name it first, AWS Devops project launch template, control all P, right? And you need to click this checkbox to have some more information in the coming fields. And we will say recent, which Amazon machine image we want to use, recent, quick start, or AMIs, my AMIs. If we click quick start, these are the ones that are available in Amazon. If we click my AMIs, this is the AMI that is currently being provisioned. It's not currently created. We need to wait for it until we create the AMI. Okay, then we need to go down, and the instance type, we can choose. The instance type should be T2 small, right? T2 small. This is just like creating another EC2, but we call it launch template because we are specifying a lot of things already to create an EC2 using this AMI image that we have created or is in the process of creation. But the instance type should be this one, and use the key pair that we previously created, this one, right? And then subnet don't include in launch templates. Security groups, select existing security group. Remember, we created one for the while we were creating the EC2 instance. select that EC2 security group that we created before. Now come to storage. The storage is by default 20, which is okay. There are many more things, but we are not interested in them. Now resource tag, come to advanced, and don't forget to assign that role that we created. Remember in the EC2 creation video, EC2 S3 read only access. Okay. Now before creating the launch template, this button, go to the AMIs and check if that AMI is created. And to do that, you don't need to click on these links. You can go to services and control EC2. It will open in another tab, right? Because we don't want to leave this screen, otherwise all these things will be gone. So come here, AMIs is available now. That means that we have the AMI available now. Now we can go and use this AMI which is now available and create the launch template. But you need to take care of all these steps that I took before, right? Don't forget anyone. Create launch template. View launch templates. Now this launch template is ready to be used. And where do we use it? I will discuss that in future videos. So for this video, what we have done is we have in our instance we have, okay, this has stopped because during the AMI creation the instance reboots one time, so it has disconnected the SSH connection. But during this video we have saved the status of PM2 in a dump file, and then we have took an AMI image from the EC2 and then we have created a launch template, and then in the launch template we have used this AMI for the creation of further EC2 instances or further resources, right? So don't get confused. If you have any questions, come to this diagram, come to this architecture. We use launch templates to use those AMIs, those AMI images, to create more EC2 instances, and you will see that how does that work. In between comes another thing called target group, right? And the target group and the auto scaling group, I will discuss that in future videos. But for current video, that's enough. Thank you so much, and I will be seeing you in part 3 very soon. Thank you. Bye bye.